Welcome to the Kayla Show again.
It's silent now, we don't say a word. We're just looking at each other.
I'm lightning, I'm speed. I'm fast. I spent too long curling my wig. This was supposed to be the entire synopsis of the Diabolic, but because I have to be so fast and there's a lot that happens in this book, I don't think I'm gonna be able to tell it all to you today. We're gonna have to do it in parts. So, the Diabolic, part 1. Okay, so it opens up with this character named Nemesis. She is a Diabolic, which is like a human, not really. She's made with the heart of a kangaroo, abs of steel. Her whole purpose is to protect one single thing. Like, she can be like bought. So she's little. His family comes to buy her to be the protector of their daughter, and they decide to make her the same age as their daughter to like hiding in plain sight, you know, this bodyguard. And so that's what they do. She grows up. She's like programmed to love this daughter, and the daughter's name is Sidonia. And it's actually really sweet because Sidonia's like a good person. She didn't have to be, but she is. And she is always like, no, you're a person, Nemesis. And Nemesis is like, no, I'm not. I kill people. And it's sad. That's their dynamic. Sidonia's like, I'm your leader, but I love you. And Nemesis is like, I will kill for you. I will die for you. But also, I'm not a human, and I have a lot of questions about myself and who I am. I'm gonna need this, and I'm gonna need that, and I'm gonna need this, and these, and that, and this, and no, I don't really need that, but I will. Then I'm gonna need all of these, and I'm gonna need some of this, and then I got these things. Okay, one more. Okay, so they grow up together. Nemesis, not only has she been programmed to love Sidonia, but also, like I said, Sidonia's a good person. So it's kind of like, you're kind of like, yeah, I get it. Fast forward, now they're grown. They're like 18. I'm kind of sick of reading about teenagers saving the world, but whatever. Oh my gosh, guess what? The Empire has decreed that Diabolics are illegal. Retroactively, meaning all current Diabolics need to be killed. Sidonia's father is a senator. It's like humanity expanded out into the galaxy, so they're all like space people. The senator, her father, he's like, you can't tell me what to do. I live like a whole star system away, and I will decide if and when I kill my Diabolic. So they lie straight up to the Emperor and are like, we killed him. You see Diabolic here? And Sidonia's like, yay, you're not dead. And Nemesis is like, I would die for you. It's their whole dynamic. Okay, I love it. The Emperor is not convinced. He's like, really? Well, how about I just send a representative out to your star system, and they're gonna check and see where this Diabolic is. Everyone's like, oh crap, we gotta have a body to show them where we're gonna hide the Diabolic. And like, also the matriarch, the senator's wife, she's a little bit like, let's kill the Diabolic. It's not that important. But somebody's like, no. And so they like have Nemesis kill this servitor, which they describe as like, they look human, but they're really not human, and they were created with no free will, like they were engineered in a lab. Their whole purpose is just to serve. They're servitors. So she straight up kills that person. And then she's disguised as a servitor. And so they show the inspector, hey, look, here's a body. You said you wanted a body. We got it right here. And he's like, I'm not convinced. And the senator and him get into like a fight. The senator's like, how dare you come to my star system and tell me I didn't kill my Diabolic. And this is important because this is like some plot info. He's like, hey, you're the great heretic of our space religion. We know you don't really believe in the space religion. That's bad. Guess what? We're on to you. So, there. The senator, he should be smart and be like, whatever, man. I love space religion. But instead, he's like, hey, you can't catch me. So then, the matriarch calls Nemesis to her room. And Nemesis is like, what? The matriarch says, the Emperor didn't buy it. He still knows something is up. This stupid husband of mine, he keeps like trying to get my daughter killed. So the Emperor has demanded that my daughter go to it's called the chrysanthemum, but it's like the seat of the Emperor. She's gonna be like a hostage. And Nemesis is like, no, I will kill for her. The matriarch is like, good, cause I'm not gonna send Sidonia. I'm gonna send you. Nemesis is like, ha, I'm like big and strong, and Sidonia is small and weak. How would I ever pass for Sidonia? And the matriarch's like, we're gonna like alter you like with our super technology and make you small and feminine, and you're gonna get some training in like how to be Sidonia, okay? And so then you're gonna go and you're gonna protect her that way. And Nemesis is like, I would do anything for Sidonia. So she's like, okay. Nemesis is like, they shave down her muscles, they shave down her bones. It's all painful, because also another thing about Diabolics is that medicines don't really work on them, which is good because then like they can't get poisoned. But also like it's bad because like she can't get anesthetic. She's tough, and she's like, I would go through so much pain for Sidonia. Now she's small, she looks like a human. They bring in this like manners mistress to train Sidonia in how to behave at court. Nemesis learns. Sidonia doesn't know nothing's going on. She's like, why are they calling in this manners person? Like, am I about to be like wed off to some dude in the Empire? And the matriarch is like, shh, don't even worry about it. Just like do this. And Nemesis is going to train with you to help you. Look natural. So they have like this big test of like, did you learn everything you needed to learn? I'm going to be using this gorgeous palette. It is from Ace Beauté, and it's the Falling For You palette, which I feel is applicable. I'm really loving these guys, and maybe that guy, maybe these, maybe all of these guys. I don't know. I'm gonna play with it. Okay, so there's like this big test, and Nemesis, she passes the big test like no problem, because I would learn anything for Sidonia. Well, Sidonia, she like misses a few because she's just a regular person. She's like, oh no, I miss him. But then the mom is like, excellent job. And it's like, okay, that's weird. You never compliment me, first of all. And now you're all like, it's no big deal that I missed this huge test. Matriarch is like, it's fine, whatever. And so then for Sidonia, it all clicks into place. Oh my God, I wasn't the one being trained this whole time. It was Nemesis, wasn't it? And they're like, oh, yeah. She freaks out. She's like, what is going on? And they're like, okay, look, the Emperor said you have to come to court. It's not safe. We're going to send Nemesis. And she's like, no, she needs to stay safe. You can't send her there. They're probably going to kill her. And they're like, okay, well, we got to send somebody. It's not going to be you. So what do you want us to do? And she's like, no, I'll go. And Nemesis is like, Sidonia, don't be crazy. Like, I will go. This is what I'm for. And Sidonia's like, no. You know, whenever it's like, okay, no, this is happening. Sidonia's like, okay, fine, but look, Nemesis, you can't just like let yourself be killed. If you die, I die. And Nemesis is like, psh. And Sidonia's like, no, like, I'll straight up kill myself. If you die, like, that's it. And Nemesis is like, this is so weird because I was engineered to serve you and programmed to love you. You love me, and like, that's crazy. My life is worth nothing, really. That's what she's been bred to believe, is that she's worthless. She's not a human. For the first time in our lives, we're on equal footing because my life means something to Sidonia. So it's really sweet. So it comes time for Nemesis to leave. She gets on board and she's taken to the court. It's like a bunch of ships, but they're all connected. It's called the Chrysanthemum. She gets there. She's got to don the ceremonial garb that's like a full metal exoskeleton with real gold drapes, so it's like super heavy, and like she could handle it, but a regular human can't, and so she has to pretend like she can't handle it and walk down with the help of this like gravity thing. It's cool. Anyway, she's about to approach the Emperor. She's walking all careful. She's like, do they know I'm not human? And they're like, no, we don't. And she's like, the Emperor's a real turd. He like grabs her by the hair and is like, you're not here as a guest, you're here as a hostage. And she's like, okay. She could kill him, like she could like kill him, but she's like, no, I have to be Sidonia. So she's like, yes sir. He's like, okay, you're gonna stay here as insurance against your father being a turd anymore. And she's like, okay, cool. Like, oh, so I'm not gonna like die immediately? Sweet. So now she's just living at the court, pretending to be a human, even though she's not. She's not, but she is. And so she's gotta like fake it. She meets people. She has a friend. Oh, one of my favorite things, they have this animal contest. You create the animal and then pit the animal against another animal and they have to fight. It's really sad. Her friend is like, give me money to create an animal. And she's like, okay, because I need to fit in, so sure. So they create this beast and it's like part lion, part bear, part dog. And it's like mostly dog, but it's big. It's like its first little thing. There's this evil girl who's like, oh, it needs some chum. And so she like throws this person into the ring. Well, Nemesis, you know, she's seen bad stuff before, you know, like she's a diabolic. So like she's been through it. But this is like cruel, and you know what, it is, and it shouldn't be happening. And two, she feels bad for the creature because he's a lot like her, like how she was trained to kill, and now this poor dog thing is being trained how to kill. Like they start electrocuting it if it doesn't kill things, and she's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And so without even really thinking about it, she jumps into the pen and saves the dude that the bad girl threw in there. And she ends up having to kill the dog, which I was like, but she had to because he was going to kill her because they kept electrocuting it. And of course, everyone in court sees this and they're like, what? And she's like, oh crap. So then she's like, okay, you know what? Sidonia is the type of person who would be upset about this. So, okay, so I am Sidonia and I gotta handle it. So she was like, for shame, how could you do this to these beasts? And everyone's like, wow. The Emperor's, it's like his successor, but it's his nephew. He's this crazy dude. And he's like, what do you want? Why are you doing this? And she's like, I want this dog brought back to life and given to me, and it will not participate in your blood sport anymore. And the dude's like, okay. And so now she's got a dog, which to me, a book is like a bajillion times better if they've got a dog in it. So I was like, yes. So she's super strong. She takes the dog back to her like chambers on the spaceship and like trains him. So he's a good dog. He's so sweet. She names him Deadly. So she's got a dog. I just thought that was really cool. So I'm really stuck on that part. Okay, so meanwhile, the successor to the Emperor, the nephew dude, he is crazy, certifiably insane. And she discovers that that's the reason he's a successor is because the Emperor and his mom, they like killed everybody. All of the people who could oppose him, and that was like all of his family, and the only one who survived was this nephew because he was so crazy. It was like, yeah, he's never gonna rule. So then the Emperor felt safe letting him live. So he's this weird character doing weird stuff, and like he's talking to himself and he's laughing to himself and just like being a crazy dude. And she just doesn't know what to do with this dude because he's just weird. Okay, he's a weird dude. Well, she's called to her first meeting with the Emperor. All of the senators are there, and she's supposed to be a fill-in for her dad, who is the actual senator. So they meet at the big court thing, and they're all like senators, and she sees a lot of the people here are kids, young. They're like proxies for their parents. Then the Emperor comes out. He's got like security bots that fly in and hover over everybody. He's like, hey, a lot of your parents are the worst, and they keep like questioning my right to rule. She's like, okay. And she knows, yeah, Senator whatever he did. Remember, he was a turd. So the Emperor is like, so guess what? I killed everybody, and now you're gonna be the senator. And then he like shows on the screen like all of the places blowing up, and she sees her home get blown up, and she's like, no, because guess who was there? Sidonia. So guess who's dead? Sidonia. And remember how Nemesis was like, I would die for Sidonia. So now like her master, her whole person who like, this was her reason for living, was to serve this person, is dead. It's written really well because the grief that she feels, I was like, girl, this is sad. And it was. The whole reason she's there is to protect Sidonia and make sure Sidonia doesn't die, and then Sidonia freaking dies because she stayed back. It could have been Nemesis who died if they hadn't like concocted this big plan, but no, they did. So now not only is her favorite person in the world dead, but now she's still at court. She's still gotta like pretend to be human. It's just crazy. She's stuck here now. Her whole reason for living gone. What will she do? Well, I'm gonna have to end it there. This was part 1. There will be a part 2. Perhaps a part 3. A bunch more crazy stuff happens. It's awesome. I also felt like that scene where she jumps into the pit to save the dog. I thought that was really well written because it's written like a panic attack. Like she doesn't even realize she's freaking out over this, but she is. As a person who has panic attacks, I was like, yeah, that's how it is. Certain words repeat in your head, and like it was just so accurate. So I was like, this is pretty good. Okay, here it is bald, but wait, there's a wig. I don't know where my wig grip went. Sorry, I know I'm rushing, but like I've got to get to work. This was just for funsies. I don't know if I love what my bangs are doing, but I don't have time. I don't have time to fix it. Yeah. I feel like I want more lashes, but I don't have time. Okay, so this is the final look. I know it needs lashes. I'm sorry. I'm running out of time. Okay, I love you. Bye.
It's silent now, we don't say a word.